On November 8, 2024, Abdullah Mason stepped into the ring against Johan Vasquez in a fight that carried real significance for one of boxing's fastest rising prospects. On paper, it was supposed to be another blowout by the young superstar. But what happened next would not only shock the boxing world, but also humble the rising star. At the time, Mason was just 20 years old and already building serious momentum. Undefeated, explosive, and highly touted by fans and insiders alike, he was being positioned as a future star in the lightweight division. But with hype comes expectation, and this fight was another step in proving he was more than just potential. Across from him stood Johan Vasquez, a rugged and experienced opponent known for his durability and willingness to trade. While not an elite contender, Vasquez had built a reputation as a tough test. He was exactly the kind of fighter brought in to push prospects and expose any weaknesses. For Mason, this wasn't about a belt. It was about development and validation. Could he handle adversity? Could he stay composed under pressure? These were the questions hanging over him heading into the fight. The boxing world largely expected Mason to win, and win convincingly. Many saw this as another showcase and an opportunity for him to display his speed, power, and finishing ability against a durable opponent. But fights like these can be deceptive. Sometimes they reveal far more than anyone anticipates. On that night, Abdullah Mason would be forced to show exactly what he was made of. Mason started the fight behind a sharp, probing jab, trying to find his range and settle into rhythm.
Tonight, he'll need barber's choice or what?
I asked him. He's like,
I sat down with my barber and I said, "It's the." And one of Abdullah's brothers says, "You know what? That'll land his shot."
Oh, and he left hand straight down the middle, left, either straight left.
But out of nowhere, Vasquez exploded with a perfectly timed left hand, landing flush and dropping Mason hard.
Vasquez leaning forward.
Oh, Abdullah gets dropped by.
The 20-year-old beat the count, but the warning was clear that this wasn't going to be easy. As soon as the action resumed, Mason got clipped again, this time by a right hand that rattled him.
Abdullah Mason down for the first time in.
It was chaotic early, but instead of folding, Mason fired back with grit, digging deep and landing a clean uppercut that sends Vasquez crashing to the canvas in return.
Professional career, Abdullah's human. Oh, and he gets rocked by a right hand. Oh!
Vasquez managed to get up, but Mason was now smelling blood. He went all out, throwing everything with bad intentions and trying to close the show right there. But in the middle of that aggression, he got caught again as Vasquez sneaked in a short left hook that dropped Mason for the second time in the round.
10 seconds, and Abdullah's going for the finish. Vasquez looking at his best. What a jab from Abdullah Mason. Left uppercut from Abdullah. Oh, no.
Mason got up once more, but this time he slowed things down, choosing to survive rather than trade recklessly until the bell.
What we've been waiting on right here. Again, still dangerous. He's still got to be cautious because he has heavy hands.
A little over anxious against a veteran, and he made him pay. But here's Abdullah once again going in, and this.
After a hellish first round, Mason came back more composed and calculated. The wild exchanges were gone, and they were now replaced by patience and precision.
He was able to get that, but here I believe this is the second knockdown right here. Abdullah, nope. First chin lands for Vasquez, putting Abdullah Mason on that.
In 26 victories of doing if you give him a shot.
Mason started picking his shots carefully, mixing in sharp punches and then shifting his focus to the body. Soon after, Mason unleashed a brutal sequence downstairs, and a crushing shot to the solar plexus folded Vasquez.
And Abdullah Mason got a little bit over-anxious. He's getting a little bit too close to a very dangerous La Fiera Johan Vasquez.
He got to tuck that chin. That's it. That's what it is. You got to tuck that chin. If you tuck that chin, you put into your chest. Especially when you're throwing your offense.
Now that straight left from Vasquez. And he's making him dance, but this is where Vasquez has been the most dangerous. Taking his time, settling his way in, feinting his way in.
Again, I love his toughness because, again, he went down twice. First time ever in his career. I'm sure he ain't even been down in the amateur. It shows you how conditioned he is, where his mindset is, and he's still in there trying to go for the kill.
Vasquez holding and punching, and Abdullah says, "You hold me, you better hold me tight because I'm gonna go to the body and drop you." Mason bleeding from the nose, something we haven't seen as of yet. He's human, Timothy Bradley.
Of course, everybody's gonna get hit.
This time, there was no recovery as Vasquez failed to beat the count and Mason completed the comeback in dramatic fashion, turning early adversity into a statement victory. Ronald Ron was not an elite fighter, but he certainly had a respectable record. We all knew how this fight was expected to go, and Mason would not disappoint us.
His loss came at the hands of Tank Davis.
Phenomenal skills, speed, timing, punch placement, and variety.
Part of the Mason 5, and there's that lightning quick left hook, and Ron's legs go out under him.
That's called ring IQ.
His performance against Jose Cardenas on the Shakur Stevenson undercard, he was so happy because he stayed poised defensively and he was so explosive on the offensive end.
That's extremely important. And right now, Ron is starting to gain a little bit of confidence. Right, the fact that he's still here.
Yeah, still here to take those shots.
Good speed in the inside. Not a whole lot of pop on those shots.
Defensive proud. Defense turn.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Ooh, like that. What a nice left uppercut counter. Well, sometimes you're cold too, Tim. It could have been part of it, but it was just a perfect straight shot. Now a double left uppercut. Nice defensive responsibility with that left, keeping it right.
We talked about early on, that was a vicious shot to the body, but you're starting to see the confidence build right now in Ron because he's still here. In his mind, I didn't think he probably didn't expect to still be here, standing. But now he's coming back with his own offense.
Here you see another right hand from Ron. Has to take two left hooks, but it's turning into an exciting fight for the fans. Ronald Ron, a Venezuelan refugee, came to the country in 2023 to fulfill his dream plus against uber prospect Abdullah Mason.
Ron is starting to believe. Ron is starting to believe Abdullah's going to have to do something. He'll just keep doing what he's doing right now. Try to find a sweet spot.
That combination punching, nice left uppercut from Abdullah Mason. Good defense. Forcing Ron to keep his hands. Mason stepping in, and the body shot.
Right here, Mason. Right there.
Sends down Ron, and then a straight shot to the head.
Waiting.
There it is.
Steps in behind the jab. Nice little short left hand. Beautiful shot. Stepping in that behind his jab. You see his foot placement right there. He corrected it, getting it on the outside.
The speed is killing this kid. So Mason needs to continue to not throw fast, but throw hard and continue to let those hands go and punish Ronald Ron at the center of the ring. It's lefts and rights, and Abdullah Mason showing that mean streak, gets caught with the right hand, and will he respond in kind here against Ronald Ron, who continues to get pummeled? Work back towards the corner, and the punishment continues until Lawrence Cole says.
Well, here's the finish right here. He just stepped on the gas. That was it. He knew he had his man hurt from the previous round, down to the body. He knew that was the weakness. Once he found the key to finish this fight, he just went right to it. He said, you know what, I've had enough. I'm tired of going patty cake with you. I'm stepping to you. I'm gonna take you out, and I'm gonna destroy you just like that. I'm gonna make the referee come in and stop this action. But man, but still, look at the control that he has. He's not being reckless with it. He's placing his shots like a real pro, a real seasoned pro. That's how he's doing it. Not just throwing punches. He's setting these shots up. Look at that. Boom. One at a time. Boom. 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 Just beautiful work right there by the young phenom.
Downstairs, upstairs. All right, Abdullah Mason gets his 13th professional win, each one more impressive.
By round 4, the difference between these two was made crystal clear. Mason was expected to dominate opposition like this, putting his status as a contender beyond any doubt. If you're waiting for Mason to take a decent step up in competition, Luis Lebron was certainly a step in the right direction. He also brought more legit experience to the table than most of his past opponents. Turns out, it would not matter at all. Mason went out there looking like he was ready for anyone, and he was proven correct.
Pressure, I understand he's the better technician. I got to work smart, but the pressure's on him. I have nothing to lose, he told us.
Yeah, I doubt that. You know, when you're in there with a superior counterpuncher with speed, you're going to take your time. Because any time or any mistake you make, he's going to make you. Because Abdullah's never been past 6 rounds.
Ringwalk came down to Purple Rain, and he's got the purple trunks, the full purple kit with the bedazzled. Look at these kicks.
And things will heat up midway. If LeBron, he can deal with the punching power and the accuracy. He's going to find a way to test that chin. Again, you don't know how good a fighter is until he gets hit.
When you're somebody like Abdullah Mason, as you see the pressure from LeBron as he had him pinned against the rope, critical when you have such a prized blue chip guy like Abdullah Mason, a guy that everybody in the boxing biz says is an absolute can't miss. But 6-rounders to 8-rounders, the opponents serve who can pressure you, who can hit you. Very important step.
It is a very important thing. I mean, you have Abdullah that's coming in this matchup with 3 entire career on a huge stage, so you wonder how he's going to be able to deal with the pressure that comes with this as well. And he still has to perform and look flawless doing it, Tess. Slowly, methodically, just coming forward.
Left uppercut and then backs it up with the right hand.
He's just defense, defense, defense right now.
Oh, look at that. He's able to slip and go to the body with the left hand was Mason.
Yeah, LeBron knows that he's outgunned. He knows that the speed differential. So he's going to have to depend on timing. Same strikes. They don't have the same strikes. This young man right here, he knows what he's doing. Outside that range.
For Mason against LeBron. You saw,
there it is.
You may have heard, and there's the combination. There's the hand speed as well. You heard from Father as his trainer. He said, take your time and keep it simple. That was the message to Abdullah Mason. I want to ask you about the relationship with values his boys and his sons, the martial arts as well as boxing. It's a well-traveled family as well. They're originally a religious family, but that is a cohesive unit that leads to success.
Respect. Father's a teacher.
Uppercut.
Discipline test. Self-belief. All the things that the father has instilled in this young man, and the skills. The skills as you see him working those combinations. And,
oh, good body shot, Timmy. There was an uppercut about 20 seconds.
This is not what you're watching right now. Is not a normal 20-year-old. I promise you that. Look how calm he is.
I was just about to say, did you just see how comfortable he was on the inside?
He's respecting the young man. He's putting combinations together. He hurt him with that shot.
It's over. Badly. Round number 2, and the young sensation Abdullah Mason has LeBron in show. Mason puts him down again. Right hooks did it this time. Just an onslaught of offense. And LeBron's gonna get some more pain in round 3. You just
getting in the range, nice short uppercut right there, but then comes around that guard. You understand that when you have the high guard, there's space around that guard. He hit him right on the earlobe.
Here's the second knockdown. Here's the second knockdown.
Second knockdown. Oh. Same spot.
Yep.
Over and over and over again. You can see LeBron right there.
Round number 3.
Look at the speed, the accuracy, the quickness.
His father to be this good, this young.
Yeah, but he's patient, but he's assertive.
Yes.
That's the difference. He doesn't mind going to the action. He doesn't mind being close tests. He doesn't mind taking risks. That's what makes him so fun to
combination
watch.
Again. Left uppercut it started with. Stab jab from out posting, looking for range, possibly for that left hand. LeBron trying to fire back, trying to stream from the nose. Body attack from Abdullah. Oh, what a shot! Then it goes to the body. The hand speed, the total package. Upstairs, downstairs, LeBron's hurt again, backing up into that corner. They're going to throw in the towel. His corner has seen enough, and we want to see more of Abdullah Mason. Tweets about him saying he's the complete future. Here's how it all started, Timmy.
This beautiful work. Nice little up jab right there from Mason. Combinations on the inside. He's going to get to it right here. Those combinations. I haven't seen fast, accurate combinations like that since Roy Jones Jr. Understanding that he had his man hurt.
3 rounds was all it took in the end. Abdullah Mason now had a perfect 14-0 record and was ready to progress forward. On that night, Mason didn't just win, he made a statement. Getting dropped twice in the opening round would break most fighters, especially at just 20 years old. But instead of falling apart, Mason showed composure, heart, and the kind of resilience you can't teach. He proved he can take shots, recover under pressure, and still come back firing with intelligence and precision. That's what separates prospects from real contenders. This wasn't just about power, it was about adaptability. He made the adjustments, slowed the pace, and found the perfect opening to end the fight. That kind of fighting IQ, combined with his toughness, is what makes him such an exciting fighter to watch moving forward. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next story.